This episode was brought to you by our generous patrons. Want to vote on the next game we play? Consider becoming a patron. And we are back.
Yeah, with a little more fire. Well, I already did that one.
Fire.
All right, never mind.
Bashing. Fire bashing. So there's...
Bashing and slash. No, he doesn't slash.
Slash?
Bashing and pitfalling? I don't know.
Gotcha, baby. So one of the commenters, well, more than one of the commenters, but we haven't been able to reply yet. I mean, I replied in the comments, but if you press L3, your little dude, your little dragonfly dude, will point to the closest gem.
Oh yeah.
It helps with completion and stuff like that. Another person also said too that there's mods that actually bring out the field of view, that FOV and stuff like that.
I also heard that there's not safe for work mods too, which is
of course. All
like,
the dragons gotta have big old dragon things. Does this immediately explode?
Yeah.
Okay, it gives it a second, but
Crash Bandicoot explosion.
That's cool.
I heard that there was not safe for work Spyro mods. It's just like, of course there are.
I was hoping they would. I'd be able to hit the TNT
and launch
it, and then okay.
I think you just have to jump.
I think I just got to jump for it. Yeah.
No. Can you jump on top of that?
Yeah, I don't know. No.
Wow.
I guess it's just straight across. It just looked like it was so set up for me to do it, huh?
I guess not. Well, yeah.
Mr. Rat. I heard also from you commenters that if you hang around the animals for long enough, they have different idle animations.
Huh.
This might already be the idle animation for it, though.
Yeah, idle animation.
Sorry, buddy.
That's the death animation.
I needed to eat you. Boom. Okay, we're getting this.
All right, one more.
One more. You got the TNT out. Oops.
Oh.
Little off kilter there. So this is like a construction dock worker site zone
something
type
like
deal.
that.
Like a longshoreman, I guess.
I know someone in the comment section said something that I was going to remember about and I was going to say, but my brain is frazzled.
Well, that's what happens sometimes.
Quarter grades. First quarter's over for the students. Topple that with all the freelance work I have. It's just like, brain, why you no function?
I didn't touch it. I only hit it with fire.
That's enough.
I didn't think it would explode on me like that, though. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Okay, it worked. It worked. So you said the quarter's over?
Yeah,
Semester's
first quarter,
over?
not semester, I keep saying semester. First quarter ended for them, so second quarter, baby, here we go.
Nice.
Hopefully they,
the kiddies will be able to,
hopefully they're more well-adjusted this quarter versus the last one.
What happened on the last one? It was just new for everybody?
It's, online learning, so a lot of them just aren't used to it.
Yeah.
The first 3 weeks were just, hey, this is how you submit something. How do you submit something? It's in the guide. What guide?
Whoa,
the guide on the front
good
page.
Work, Spyro. I expect Gnasty
like
really
Latif's,
starting
wings.
to worry about you.
I've seen you, but in a different color.
If I were him.
I like those like space wings, though.
Yeah, I do.
Really cool.
Heck, that might have been the same one.
I mean, it was the same style model where he's like doing the Zen style on his tail where he's popping up. Yeah. I get it though. That's got to be hard with the kids, No,
I don't blame them for
learn
it.
the zoomies.
But yeah, it's definitely. I'm glad that we're over that hump. But even near the end, I had a kid that hadn't shown up for what was it? We were in week 6 of 8 for the quarter. And I just assumed this kid had got transferred to another school.
You were just like, this kid doesn't exist?
He just doesn't exist because he never showed up. So I just assumed, because it happens all the time. We were in such a frazzle,
and you're not being made aware of it, so you're just
kids
like,
were shifting in and out, and I was just kind of waiting for, because that happens all the time.
Mr. Mouse.
At the beginning of the year, you'll get students that don't show up, that have been transferred to another district, but the attendance secretary hasn't gotten to it yet because they're busy dealing with the the entire school, and there's 100 other cases they're dealing with. So that kid's probably just not in my class. Mom sends me a message. So, he wasn't able to log in for the last...
For 6 weeks and didn't do anything?
For 6 weeks.
What in the fuck?
For 6 weeks. but he's been logging into his other classes. I'm like, okay. She's like, is there anything we can do? It's like, yeah, tell him to turn in some of the work and...
Yeah, we can get him a maybe passing grade minimum.
He ended up getting a C, which was fine, because, it's hard. But...
That's cool of you to do as a teacher, but, like, still... Hey, man,
It's a long time.
This is the one time you get to pull that because of it being crazy. But otherwise, like,
giving
you got to do your due diligence, friend.
For sure. And, it's a 7th grader, but my brother made a good point. The kid probably went, well, can't log in.
Fuck it.
Claps his hands like, not my problem. I tried. And part of me agreed with him. Was like, yeah, if I was a kid, I might have done the same thing and just be like, well, get in all my other classes.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine. I don't have to worry about that.
Nice, I got it.
Nice. So I partly almost couldn't blame the kid, but at the same time,
I could blame the kid.
I still blame the kid.
Because it seems like it's kid antics,
Because, when you have 90% of your kids showing up, and then one of them's like, I couldn't figure out the link. It's like, but you figured out the link to your other 5 classes that you've been showing up to.
Or just do the due diligence. Okay, just fucking let me out. Teacher. Are you kidding? Am I just stuck?
Kids know how to apparently upload a TikTok video, but sending an email is somehow beyond that.
Those are the same exact things.
Those are the same exact things.
Oh, that's how I get to that side. Yeah. No, I'm giving the kid grief. That's all.
I wanted to give the kid grief too, but I had to be nice. So it's just like, oh hey, welcome to the class. And didn't mention the fact that
6 weeks later.
6 weeks later.
I'm running past you, buddy.
I felt bad because at the same time, there's only giving you a C is the best I can do, no matter how much work you turn in, because no matter how good the work is, you avoided my class for 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's you did pretty good on that. I'd say I think that's pretty much like a fail forward thing. Where it's just like, hey, you should have really fucking failed, man. It's been 6 weeks.
You should have failed by that regard. You're lucky it's art and we only have like 6 assignments. I was really lenient, so it's like, okay.
You only have 6 assignments?
Well, because each one takes like a week or 2.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that does make sense with art.
To put in comparison,
I
only get 2 hours a week with the said students each week, whereas normally I used to get 5.
Oh.
So they only have 2 hours in class time to work. For some reason, like...
I'm bad at math, but that's only a third of the time?
Yeah, we only get a third of our time with our students, just because something about teaching online is extremely draining. It's more draining than actually being in the classroom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is...
I'd give it that opportunity, especially for the kids, too.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
They can't be there in class. And I remember the days where you're just sitting in class as a kid and you're just like, can this fucking shit be over? Yeah. I imagine being online all day with it. It's just like, there's so many distractions, too, that are available right there that you can do.
I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon.
Hey!
Who are you talking to?
I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Oh, now I remember. Fun fact, on a side note, before I forget. Spyro and Crash were originally designed by the same artist.
Really?
And when they were redesigned again.
By the same artist?
By a different artist, but it was one and the same. So like Nicholas Cole was in charge of redesigning Spyro. Yeah. And I'm sorry, you'll have to look it up. I don't remember who originally did Crash and Spyro, but it also goes into the feed of, hey, Naughty Dog and Insomniac, who made these franchises, were right next to each other. Yeah. So they just used the same concept artists.
That's awesome, though. You know, if you have the ability to do that, you know, it makes sense, especially if you're working together. It gives consistency. If one's a success, there's a stylistic choice of giving the other one a possible chance of success, because you're sitting there like, well, I mean, they kind of remind me like they could be in a family together almost, based off of their design choices.
I believe it's still this. I think the same artist worked on Jak and Daxter as well. I don't think he worked on Ratchet and Clank though.
Okay. But I think that would seem plausible to me.
Because I believe he was still at Naughty Dog at the time when they were working on Jak. But at that point, Insomniac had moved studios. I think they moved to where their current building is now. They're somewhere in SoCal.
Oh, that's right. You said it was Novato or something like that?
I think so.
Or no, that was Toys for Bob.
That's Toys for Bob. Yeah. I don't remember where Insomniac is in SoCal.
A little bit too far to the right.
both Naughty Dog and Insomniac are in SoCal, but by the time they start working on Jak and Daxter, well, no, Jak and Daxter, I think they're still in the same. Maybe they're in the same building. Maybe not though.
I don't know.
They might have like separated at that point because after that, that's when they didn't sell the rights. I think they just left to go make their own stuff, and they had made the games under Universal when they first made these projects, and they eventually got bought up by Activision.
I wonder
because
if
I was watching a
there we go. Yeah,
completionist video where he talked about, I think it was the completionist, I might be wrong, but he talked about, they sold the rights. Like, I don't think they actually sold the rights to, from my understanding of these properties, they made them and had them published by another company, like, you know, Universal published the games, or not Universal, it was someone else, and then they kept the rights to it.
Interesting.
Which is why you've never seen Insomniac or Naughty Dog ever go back to Crash and what's its name?
Jak and no.
Crash and this game that we're playing.
Spyro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
I was like, Crash, Jak and Daxter. What? Like, which one are we talking about?
But yeah, to that kid, part of me felt bad. It's like, man, if you just told me 3 weeks earlier, you could have gotten a higher grade. But at the same time, it's like, you know what?
A grade is a grade is a grade is a grade. It's a seventh grader.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really. I'd hate to disenfranchise kids from trying for stuff. But
here's the thing, though. Like, grades don't matter, and they do matter.
Yeah.
They do matter in the sense that they're a good way of checking your progress, and they're a good way of kind of like letting you know, like, hey, you're understanding the concepts and you're doing them well.
Nice, got everything.
But a lot of times teachers aren't really good at letting kids know why they're getting the grades they're getting.
When you get all the gems for the Dragonfly, he does a little, when you press L3, he does a little, like, flourish.
Oh, nice.
That's tight. No, I totally agree with that. I don't want to, like, facilitate the, this'll go on your permanent record again, grades, you know, because that's a fucking lie, and don't lie to kids. They're smarter than that. The main
thing you're trying in middle school is, like, you're trying to prepare them for high school where grades do matter to agree, because it's the only way that colleges can look at your aptitude. Whether we want to keep using the grading system A through F is a whole other debate.
But that is currently how our system works.
Yeah, but that's currently how our systems work. That's how colleges look and equate what you've done in conjunction with your different extracurricular activities. That's the only way for them to get a gauge, because...
And not always. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be people who are like, well, no, my grades didn't matter based off of blah, blah. Okay, then that's how
there's always exceptions to the rule.
There's schools everywhere, man. They all have different grading systems.
I know that
in the way that they go about accepting new applicants and
stuff.
In
the States, that's typically how we go by it, but I'm sure in other countries...
Do they not have, like, letter grades
I don't think
in
Canada
states?
They do. I was talking to my buddy Jason, and I think he told me about their grading policy system at one point. And it was different
for all the kids.
And I'm sure some private schools have different ways of forming. I know that in elementary school we no longer do letter grades, but they do letter grades in middle school.
I remember hearing about them talking about stopping letter grades when we were in school still.
There's just I just think they've just never found a better, more uniform system to do it. I know the argument is, well, this was created as a way to measure
Jesus Christ
if people had the aptitude to be soldiers in World War I or World War II. Like, I get the history. I get why the letter grade system was created. But I always hate sometimes when those arguments come up, because they just use that one point and they're like, well, that justifies my point. It's like, but
why do they skip E?
Yeah, why? I don't know. But then half the time, they never have another system like, well, this system would be better. It's like, okay, tell me a system that would work, that everyone will understand, and is a good way of measuring both student success and aptitude. That's simple. Like, you could do a number system, do a numerical, but then people will still hold that value for the certain number as higher than the other.
Well, okay, so I might have misunderstood the concept.
I'm all for finding a better way to adequately grade, and I do think there's some subjects in school that we should talk about more that we don't.
I don't think I understand the core concept of what we're discussing, though.
Oh, okay.
Can you? Is there another way?
So there's a lot of people that don't like the letter grade system, right?
I understand that, but is numerical not an?
No, my counter argument for people that would say do a numerical number system. I think someone would eventually hold whatever number they associate it with to being a better number, just like an A is.
Well, okay.
Like an A or a B.
I mean, we do have Isn't that what grading is, though? Like,
Yeah.
the concept of it is that one has to be better than the other. Otherwise, what are you physically grading?
That's what I mean.
Fucking
I
hell,
think
this
some
guy
people
won't
are,
let me get up.
are trying to find different ways about it, and I'm all for discussing different ways. But sometimes when people give you those like blank statement arguments about like why grades are bad, they tend to never give you a better system.
Okay.
That's
okay.
more so what I'm getting at. Is
I
like whenever I
see.
see those posts on Twitter where they're like, they should do this. It's like, have you, not to like say your point isn't valid, but have you ever been in a classroom? Have you discussed this theory? Because like teachers aren't just sitting on their asses not trying to figure out better ways. We're trying to.
Huh.
But it's not like we don't. It's not like we go in the break room and don't discuss like, hey, teachers ourselves, we don't particularly love like the A through F system either. But it's the system that we have that's easily accessible and understood by the broad like spectrum of people. So it's kind of what we go with until we can figure something out. But in general, most teachers are even trying to get away from the concept of homework. Like we're trying not to.
I would love if the
Yeah.
concept of homework went away, and
So-
that's as a person who hasn't done homework or reports for forever.
Yeah, I can only speak for my district, which is one of the largest ones in the Bay Area. And as a whole, from the teachers that I've observed, both at elementary, high school, and middle school, for the most part, we've gotten away from the concept of homework. And we may basically leave it all in class, because we're trying to respect our students' time.
Oh yeah, I think I'll say after
Thank
this.
you for rescuing me.
Of course. Oh, that was okay. That was quick. 68. I think it was you who liked the tweet that basically said like his teacher was being championed by a lot of people who were like saying like, yeah, this is how you're supposed to do it. Oh my God. Please,
Oh,
just
yeah.
Let me. Where she was like, I'm not gonna give an enormous amount of homework, if any, to my students, essentially, because I don't know if they're going home and taking care of their brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
I don't know if they're trying to, if they're
That's
taking care of
what-
an elderly person. I don't know
Yeah.
if they have access to computers like I expect them to.
Yep.
I don't know if they have the access to materials in order to do these things. And I'm like, you know what? I think I would have enjoyed school a lot more
Teachers are definitely
if
more
a lot of that
empathetic.
concept was
Yeah.
that.
That
for a
is
lot of
very
my
much like
teachers.
what I've come to know in my districts and from all the schools that I've worked with, and I've been to like 20 different schools in my time as a teacher. I've only been a main teacher at like 4 of them, but I've subbed around a lot, so I've seen all the different grade levels. So if you're like,
You're
what do you teach?
kind of a teacher whore, eh?
Yeah, I've taught everything from kindergarten all the way up
I've seen
to
some
like
things.
seniors. So, and I've worked in special education. I've worked with children with autism. I've honestly worked in every pretty much sector of there is for public education.
Yeah.
So whenever
I get you,
people
jack
give
of all
those,
teaching trades.
yeah, when people give those broad statements about like, I don't know, that's slighting teachers in some ways, it does tend to irk me. When it's like,
They better be on
they-
the lookout for me.
I'll wait for this to finish.
Yeah, because I'm so tough. 69. Nice.
Nice. Because sometimes you'll come
I'm gonna guess
across
that's
those
Commando right
arguments
there.
where
Oh,
it feels
Jesus.
like, when's the last time you were in the classroom? Because a lot actually has changed. It may not look like it from the outside.
I get you.
But the actual teaching philosophy has changed a lot since then. We're all like, in our meetings, we're always trying to think of how can we be more empathetic to our students that are struggling. And
the
maybe
hell
that's
is-
because I come from a district where,
What is this?
I don't know,
Oh.
it's drawbridge.
Oh.
Oh, so you can dash and go up the ramp.
Okay.
But we should probably do that next time.
We will do it next time. We'll see you guys later. We're going to continue this conversation. I
Oh
think it's-
yeah,
I think it's
as long as
important.
we don't forget.
No, we won't forget. I've been trying to, meaning of going riffing off of your story about Mike and the photography class.
Oh yeah.
Where he didn't exist for 6 weeks either. Well, I don't know if it's 6 weeks, but you know.
That's
But-
actually a good point to bring up.
That I was gonna point it up earlier, but mentioning we gotta mention the game every now and then.
Occasionally. Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next time. Beep bop boom. 69, nice.
Yeah, finally. Now if we only could get, we probably have 69% now.
Oh, we
too.
probably have 71% now.
Ah, damn it.
So it's like, dang, we missed the opportunity.
Speaking about this game though, this is a really nicely well-designed level. I do like
Oh,
it.
I'm liking this a lot. While it's
Yeah.
still very hallway-y,
It's still really cool looking.
it's got variation to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some backtracking.